So today we will handle text files. So text file basically are easy to handle. We do not need to import anything like CSV, like pickle that we have done for handling for CSV files and for dat file. So we do not need to import any library classes or anything. So let me create first some text file. Text file ends with .txt file. It is a normal text file. We can see in our operating system. In Windows, you can open it through Notepad. So let's create some file like this. Say we can create a file like this. The first line having 2 words, second line having 2 words, third line having 3 words. So some type of uneven file, I will say, the odd type of file. Okay. So let's test, save the file. Now you can we will first try to read the file. Okay. So it will be a simple read. It will be a simple read. So how to read a file in simple way? Let me show you. So there is an option like read option. So same like CSV and dat, we can open a file in R mode. R represent read mode and W represent the write mode. Same like others. So R means if you open the file, want to read the content of the file or want to display the content of the file in the screen, in the output screen, then you can follow this way. So here it is very simple. It is the simplest one among these 3 types of file. So I am just taking one file with I am trying to open the file in open using the open command. I have to give the text file name. I do not need to give the full location because it is in the same location as the code. You can see the code and the file is in the same location. That's why you do not need to give that full address like C users Devabrata desktop text. But if this file is in another location, you have to give the full location. Okay, but let me show you first. So I am trying to open the file in a read mode. It is very simple. And after that, I am directly reading the file using f.read function. And everything we are reading, that is being stored in a string variable. And I'm just going to print the string. That's all. And after everything, like as usual, I will close the file. Otherwise, there is no meaning to keep it in open state. So I will close the file, obviously. So that is the way. Anyone having any doubt over the code? It is the simplest one. Just read the file. This is the main line. And after that, printing line is simple, I guess. Close line is also simple. And this open line, we have done this. We have written this line multiple times before. Okay, so there is no such challenges to write this code. Okay, let me show you how it looks. So look, it is successfully giving me 3 lines. Okay. Any doubt over this code? You can tell me. So it is just very simple one. To read the whole file, I can give the name like read the whole file. Okay. Read whole file. Okay. Now I'm going to open the next one. So next one is, let me check. Okay, it is read lines. So read lines means you can take another approach, like I will not going to read the full file. I will just read first line, or I will just read first 2 lines. The approach can be like that, or even I can read the second and third line, kind of that. So here I will use read line. Apart from in previous program, it was only read. Here I will add an extra thing like line. So read line function, the functionality of read line function is to read just only one line. Okay, it is not going to read the full file. Okay, so let me check. Sorry, opening the file again. Okay, so let me run the file, run the program. It will just only going to read the first line, and that is the binary world. Okay, it is not going to read the full file. Okay, I think it is clear. It is pretty much simple. Just you have to use a function like read line. Okay, so next, if I want to read the, let me open what is next. Let me check. Then I'm explaining. Okay, read lines. So what is there in read lines? I have to rename this. It is simply read one line. That would be good to explain. Next one is read lines. Read lines means if you want to read all the, means suppose you are going to read multiple lines. In the last program, we have read only one line. Suppose here we are going to read only two lines, the first and second line. How to do that? So you have to use read line function twice. That's all, nothing else. That's all. So first, take the first line into string variable and print the string, and again do the same. So here, first two lines will be printed, not the third line. Let me show you. Look, first two lines had been printed. Okay. So now if you want to print the third line, so the simple way will be to introduce another line like str equals to f dot read line and print str. It will be enough to print the three lines. But indeed, it is not a good approach because uh, it will be better if you treat the file content as unknown. Because if you already know how many lines are there in a file, that will not be a good approach, because it involves some manual effort, because you have to open the file and you have to count. Okay, this file is having 500 lines, so I have to write this line 500 times. Str equals to read line, str equals to f dot read line. There is no meaning to write the same line again and again. So in the next program, what will we do? We will just going to, okay, sorry, I just close. Okay, in the next program, we are just going to read the full file content as a list of lines, So let's see how we can treat the full file content as a list of lines. So okay, before that, there was another program like if you check the last program, it is printing an extra line. Let me complete that one first. Look, it is printing one extra line. Look, between binary world and the Ubuntu Go, there is one extra line. There is one extra line between your name and my name. Okay, so there is an extra line. So what should we do to remove that extra line? Let me show you. You just need to give a comma end equals to space that we generally use at the print statement. Let me show you. Where is the file? Okay, Julila, your name is being missed because we have started with this content of file. I will add you. Okay, but before, where is the line? Yeah, this program. So just you need to, while printing, you have to give end equals to space or end equals to nothing, whatever. You can give end equals to space, end equals to nothing. It will remove the extra line at the time of printing. Let me show you. Look. So it is a very simple one. We have did it multiple times in our programming journey. So anyway, so what we are talking about, like the full file content will be displayed as list. Okay, each line is one component of list. Here in our file, we have three lines. So in the list, it is going to be inserted as three elements of a list. Let's have a look. Open. fetch all lines. Okay, and the functions, the function will be used here is read lines. Last time we used read line 3 times, but here it will be enough if you use read lines just once. Let me take a look. Look, here we have used read lines. So one S is extra at the end. So we can use it one time and it will read the full content of file. And this str is basically a list. Let me write a list here. So it will better represent it this way. So if you print the list, it will print all its content. So let me remove this. There is no use of this. So print the list only. That's all. So in a list, you can see 3 elements. The first element is the first line, second element is the second line, third element is the third line. So let me execute this program. Look, here it is a list. The first element is the first line with a enter at its end. Second line is here and third line is here. So it is basically a list because you can see a third bracket here and here as well. So it is basically a list. So now if you want to fetch each element from the list, how can you do that? So we can use a for loop which will iterate through the list and it will print all the elements one by one. So let me open again. I think it is done in the next program. Okay, look. So str, it is not str. It is not good to give a bad name. So let me give it a list. So here all the lines are being fetched from the file and it is being stored as a, each line is being stored as a single element in a list. And after that, I am browsing through the list. I am traversing through the list and I am just printing the elements one by one. So each element say S in list and I am printing each line one by one. So let me run the program again. So look, each line is being printed. So what is the benefit here? If you add any extra line, say I am adding an extra line like Julila's name. Okay. So let me save this file and let me close this file. So if I go to the program once again, okay, if I run the program without changing any single piece of code, if I run the program, it will give the extra line as well. We do not need to write read line function multiple times. Read lines, the functionality of read lines is to fetch all the lines from the file and keep it in a list. And after that, easily we know for loop very well. So using just for loop, we can fetch all the elements one by one and print it in the screen. Any doubt till this point? Next, we will going to handle how to fetch each word. We can see in the first line binary world, there is 2 words. In the second line, in Devabrata Guha, there is two words. In the third line, there is 3 words. And in the fourth line, there is again 2 words. Okay, so let me show you the file once again. So this is the structure. In the first line, 2 words, second line, 2 words, third line, there is 3 words, fourth line, we have 2 words only. So if I want to read the word, so what will happen in that case? So let me go to the program again. Okay, let me close this one. So we can simply add this string is basically containing the full word, a full sentence. We have already checked. It is basically containing the full sentence. We will just split this string into several words. Here we are printing each sentence. So in the next program, what will we do? We will split the sentence into several words and store it into another list. Okay, let me show you. And we will use split function to do that. Okay. Sorry, just let me open the next file. Let me check if it is done or not. Otherwise, we will done. Okay, it is not done yet. Very good. So I was on it actually in the last night. So it was not completed. So anyway, let me complete it. So till this point, it will print each sentence. Let me show you first. It's printing each sentence. Let me show you. We have already executed this program. It is printing each sentence. Okay, S is basically each sentence. So what I will do now? So I will stop here. Okay, let me give a good name like list of sentence. Here, let me give a good name like list of sentence. So here it is basically each sentence is being printed. I'm not going to print the sentence anymore. I will take list of word. Now, we have given a good name now. List of word. So how we can fetch the list of word from one sentence? I will just use s.split function. And split with respect to which? With respect to space. That's all. Now I will print every time I will print list of word. Look, the same output will be displayed, but as a list it will be displayed. Same output, each line will be printed, but as a collection of words in a list will be printed. Let me show you how it means. Look, the same sentence. Last time it was printed binary word. This time same will be printed, but inside a list, binary word. Here, Devabroto Guho was printed, but in this program, the same output, but in a format of list of word. Okay, here, list of 3 words has been printed. Is this clear? How it is going to print? So, if you have any doubt, you can reach out to me. You can tell me. In this line, we are having a problem. So if it can be represented by a list of word, then also we can use another for loop to fetch the word one by one. So let it be like word for word in list of word. The same line we have used here. It was for sentence and now it is for the word. You can try it in your machine to run the same program once. I think then it will be cleared. And I am going step by step. At first, I have fetched in a list. After that, I have fetched as a list of sentence. I have executed that program already. After that, I am splitting a string. I am trying to fetch each element from the list using a for loop. So go gradually. Do not run the full program at once. Okay, after that, after printing each element of the list, I just splitted the sentence into word and I have already executed that and I have shared the output. After that, now I'm not going to print the list of word. I am trying to fetch the word from the list. So what I need to do, I have already printed what is the content of list of word. It is basically a list of word separated by comma. Okay, so here I am going to iterate through that list and I want to print all the words one by one. So I am trying to print W. That's all. Let me run the program. Just I am going gradually one by one. Look. Here in the first line, binary word, the sentence is being printed, the list is being printed. After that, 2 individual words. Same here, the list of words is being printed, then the words. Here as well, list of words for the third line is being printed and each word. Okay, is this clear or you are feeling complicated? Julila, Rajoshi, Shattoki, Shom.
Yes, sir, it's clear.
Okay, very good.
Yes, sir.
Very good. If you find any difficulty, if you find any complex thing, you can tell me. I can gradually show you step by step. So here it is very simple. So we are printing the word only. That's all. So we do not need to print the list of word anymore. I can delete this line simply and it will print the word. You can also introduce some variable like count and you can say, okay, this is the content of the first line, like I can write in a way sentence, comma, count. Sorry, I have used this earlier. So before printing the word, I can print a statement like sentence, in sentence 1, then the words, sentence 2, then the words. Okay, in this pattern, I can put some colons and I will print this. And at the end of the loop, I will simply increase the count. That's all. Let me show you how it is going to be printed. Okay. So look, sentence 1 consists binary word, 2 word. Sentence 2 having 2 words. Sentence 3 having 3 words. Sentence 4 having 2 words. So that is the way. I think it is also clear. I have not done anything much. I have just introduced one variable. So that is the way to read a file. Okay. So you can do another thing. Let me create another simple program. I have done till that part yesterday night. So let me create another file. So I will not going to do all these things again. I think it is clear. So what I will do now, I will let me put a string, and I'm going back to that old bad rule using read line. I am going to simply read line by line. So I will just take the first line and I'm going to print it. Again, I will do the same thing for the second line, for the third line, and for the fourth line. Okay, let me put it at the last, the close function. So I am going to do it one by one for 4 different lines. How it looks, let me show you once again. I have already executed this program earlier, but still, let me save this program as how to write seeking a position, or seeking, just write that name. Okay, so here I am just going to print 4 lines one by one, but that is not my intention actually. After printing the first line, I want to print if dot tell. So what is the utility of this function? It will tell you the number of characters you have traversed, or someone can say number of bytes you can traverse. So let's see how it looks. So in the first line, first let me tell you, in the first line we have characters like, if I count 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, and 1 enter, it is 12. Okay, 1 enter means it is going in the next line. Cursor should be in the next line. So let's see, let me close the file. Where is the output? Okay, so if I am placing this f.tell function after the printing statement of the first line. Okay, let me show you how it is going to be printed. So look, it is printing the 14th line. 14th. Why it is showing 14? Because we have checked in the first line, it is having 13 characters again, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. It is counting from 1, I guess. So it is now at 14. Why is it 14? Because it is going to read this character next. Next character is D, and that is the 14th character. And after that, it is going to read the whole file. If I place another tail after printing the second line, let me show you. It will again print the character we have traversed already. So let me print tail function here. So let me run the program once again. So look, it is now at 30. Before reading this line, it is now at 30. So suppose if we want to go back to the first line, I just want to read the first line once again. I'm not interested to print this line. I just want to print the first line once again. So what should I do? After this line, this f dot tell, I will just write f dot seek 0, means I want to go back to the 0 position. Okay, I just want to go back to the 0 position. So what will happen? This read line will again fetch the first line. It is not going to fetch the second line, because I am telling the computer to go back to the first line and the first character again. So I am telling the computer to go back to the 0th character, means the 0 position. Let me show you. So here in this case, binary world, the first line will be printed twice. Look, binary world was printed, then it came to the 14th character. It was going to read the 14th character next. But I in the meantime, in between, I have written f.60, means I am asking computer, I am requesting computer to go back to the 0th character, and here, so that the first line would be printed again. And look, next the second line is printed, and at the last the third line is printed, and fourth line is not being printed. Okay, clear this part? Even I can tell another thing. If I going to read second and third line only, I'm not interested on the first line. So what can you do? Just print string statement. Sorry, read the first line. Do not print. Just write f dot tell. Just a minute. Do not. Okay, it can be done easily. It can be done easily. Or I can do some testing, like you can directly go to, if you know the character, you can directly go to the second line, and you can start from second line itself. Second line, third line, and fourth line, if you know. But how can you know that? You can use f.tell function to know what is the end of the first line. But it will be a stupid program, so I am directly writing f.seek14, so it will quickly go to the second line and start printing from the second line. Let me show you. So look, there is no meaning to print this as well. So it is starting from second line and printing these three statements. Is it clear till this point? So we have completed the read part. Now we are going to see how we can use the write part, means how we can write something into a file. So till this part, if everything is clear, you can tell me if you have any query, if you have any doubt, anything. Julila, Rajoshi, Shatuki, Shoham, Shatuki, do you have any doubt? You were asking for the files again. So
no, sir. In binary files, sir. I had a doubt.
Okay, binary. Okay. I will show. Okay, Shoham, do you have any doubt for the time being?
No, sir.
Okay, fine, I guess. Julila, Rajoshi, anything over the text file? Because we are not going to see files once again, because we will be having the exam on the November. So we'll have very less time in hand. So I'm not going to show the text file again. We have completed it multiple times. So I guess we are good to go. So we will check some other parts of the syllabus after this. But this part, I guess it is done. So, okay. So let me show you how to write some content. Suppose we are taking some input from the user and we are going to write into the file. How it will look like. Okay. So let me show you. Okay, let me close this program now. Let me open a file like simple write. What will I do here? So first, take an input as a string from the user. I have closed the file, right? Yeah, I have closed the file. So string input enter something, say, enter something, and I will first I should open the file in write format. If f equals to open, the file name was test.txt, test.txt, and it is in write mode. Okay. So here I will use W. Why? Because last time we are just reading the file. Here we are going to write the file. Okay. So enter something. Okay. Let me write the file in a new one. test2.txt. Okay. And what I'm going to do, f dot write. So it is a simple function, f dot write. Similar like f dot read we have used last time. So it is f dot write only, and you are just going to write the string. That's all. And after that, I need to close the file. It is very simple. Okay, let me run the program. First, I have to save it with the name 9 space simple write. Okay. So, sorry, it's just a minute. It is not showing. Okay, enter something. Here it is. So I can write hi, hello, bye, kind of thing. Enter, look. Okay, let me show the file. Okay, so look, the file was not there in the location, and it is being created. Okay, if I open the file, it is now containing hi, hello, bye. Okay, I have given one initial space so that it is also being printed here. Okay, let me delete this space, initial space, I do not require. So hi, hello, bye is a string we have given through the input line, and it is successfully being inserted. So now what will happen if I want to insert another line? Okay, suppose I want to insert some of the names like Shatoki, Rajoshi, Julila, and Shoham. What will happen? Let me show you. So, let me run this program once again. So I think it should insert another new line, but it will not going to happen. Let me show you. So I am trying to insert some other line like show home space Shatoki space Rajeshi. It's Julia. I am entering this this line having 4 words into it. Okay, let me check now. The file is updated. It is 917. File is updated at 917. You can see the date modified property of the file. Let me open the file. Look, the first line has disappeared. The first line has been removed, and we have the new line here. So what will happen if I want to insert, or better to say, if what will happen if I want to append the extra line? I do not want to delete the previous line. I just want to append a new extra line. Suppose I want to add binary word at the end of this line. So what will happen in that case? So we need to make a small change here. So if we want to do that, let me copy this file. Just a minute. Okay. So let me close this one. So I will create another program, and here the mode will be changed to append. Append mode is A. It is denoted by A. So what will happen? I will again enter something, and it will be appended after at the end of the existing file test2.txt. If you write W format, so it will every time it will delete the content of the file and place the new content inside the file. And if the file is not there, it is going to create the file. But in the append mode, what will happen? It will just append the extra line at the end of the existing file. Let me run the program. it is going to be number 10 program with Append. So let me show you. So enter something. Suppose my name and some string. Okay, it is done. Let me check the file now. Look, it is successfully appended as a new line into the file. So is it clear? Any doubt? If you want to insert multiple lines, you can open the file in append mode and you can use a for loop. That's simple. Okay, I can do that program as well. Let me show you. Append multiple lines, say, or you can say inserting multiple lines. What will happen in that case? Okay, so I will create a new file. It is very simple, I think. Suppose you can take an input from the user, or you can use a while loop as well that we have already used for multiple lines. Suppose until you put yes, until you put no, then until that time it will be iterated and keep inserting the lines. So I'm not going to do that program. You can find that program in the binary file reading. That loop you can find, because we have less time in our hand. So suppose we are going to run insert 3 lines, say. So I will just keep repeating this 3 times, this for loop. Okay, that's all. So let me save. It will be the number 11, multiple lines. Write or append multi-line. Let me run the program. Okay, so here I want to write class 11, enter CBSE, enter and computer science. Okay, so let me take a look into the file. Okay, look, it is okay. I have not given that enter. That's why it is being entered as in the same line. So if you put enter separately or /n, it will be printed in the same line. But I have a wish to show you another thing. It is very easy. So I'm not I just want to show another program how to copy a file into another. So I have just 1 minute 40 seconds in my hand. If I want to show you in between that. So just what you need to do, just open 2 files simultaneously. Suppose it is the F2, you want to append or write, and there should be F1 from where you want to read. So it is the text1 file, and open it in a read format. And the second file, suppose text.3, and open it in a write format. Okay, just read something from the first line, like str equals to f dot read, and put it into the next file, like f2 dot write str. So by that way, you can basically read something from one file and write it something into some other file. Let me show you quickly, then I will. So I think these codes are pretty much clear. Okay, so that's all we want to do today. So copy. So okay, it is giving some problem. F is not defined. Sorry, I have used F here. It will be f1 dot read. Okay, now it should be okay. So I think the code is clear, right? What I want to do, I think it is done. So let me check in the look test 3.